Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today. We got a special episode. We have Nick from the engineering team, and he was one of the key engineers on the Spaces feature. So thank you for joining us, Nick. I also have Ryan Russo joining us today. Nick, why don't you tell us a little bit about Spaces and what was kind of the driving force behind it?
Yes. So Spaces came to us. Spaces came to us in a dream a long time ago. A lot of our big customers came to us and showed us their dashboards. The dashboards are very busy.
Yeah.
Any big organization. There's a lot more than any individual even needs to see. Hey there.
Hey, Derek. Thanks for joining us.
Ooh. Hi, guys.
So if you visit any big company's dashboard, there's more than even an overviewing manager would like to see. It's a lot to take in. So we needed to come up with a way to partition that. And so we had a false start in the past about how do we do this? What kind of problem are we trying to solve? We're trying to solve a performance problem. We're trying to solve a permission problem. Are we trying to solve a usability problem? And it was difficult. It's all of those things. We're trying to solve performance, usability, and security. And so with Spaces that's just shipped now, Spaces is hard walls of partitioning customer data. So it's targeted at anyone that would like to partition the data. You don't need to have 1,000 projects or 1,000 environments or 500 tenants. You can have 10 projects and you can partition them into 2 spaces of 5 and grow from there. You may have 500 projects and your partition may be still 5 projects and you'll end up with 100 spaces.
So what were some of the more common scenarios you were thinking of when you're working on Spaces? Like I expected to have by app, by team, by something else that I'm not thinking of?
It really is flexible. We didn't want to think that it would be any particular rule. It's just as powerful as the tenants feature in Octopus.
Okay.
Like we know the tenants feature is quite capable. You can configure it how you need to solve any variety of problems. And we've been quite surprised at interesting problems customers have solved with tenants. And we've solved interesting internal problems with tenants as well. So Spaces is that. It's just a way to cut up and slice up your data in any way that's useful. So we see customers in cloning projects for the ability to have a good template or something like that. We envision basic scenarios. You have a clean, pristine space. You may have only one space where it has all your templates. And then everything just gets updated there and it's out of your way. And then you clone them into one of your other spaces where you need to use it. And that's exactly the feature we're working on right now.
Nice. Yeah, I know when I used Octopus as a customer, we had 2 different groups within the company that use Octopus, but we separated them. We just had 2 instances. So we had our own server, the other group had their own server. But with Spaces, we could just have 2 different spaces in one server, and then we don't have to maintain 2 different ones.
Yeah.
It's funny because I actually have a client who is really excited about Spaces, and they actually see it as a way to separate out Windows and Linux.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It was like...
Yeah, they have no overlap. They're unlikely to share environment variables or something like that.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
So what's some of the more, I'd say one of the more interesting feedback items you've gotten since we've shipped Spaces?
It is the desire for cloning and sharing. So we knew this was coming. So we wanted to get the security, permission, and performance story right first and get it out there. So there's lots of, not necessarily customer-facing permission changes, but they will benefit our customers in our ability to support it and grow and debug and fix and maintain Octopus. So there was, some of the comment is, oh, Spaces is nice. What does it do? Well, yes, it lets you partition data.
Yeah.
Cool. What else? No, that's basically it. But that's not just, that's just our first step. We had to ship a major change and we couldn't attach. Well, we didn't feel comfortable trying to attach more to it because it just meant it would take longer.
And it was a big change. It wasn't a very, it wasn't just a simple change. I mean, it was, y'all did amazing work keeping the API backwards compatible, but it was like a change to every API.
Yeah, there is only a touch of breaking changes. And I made the promise on one of the blog posts, if we broke you and the teams and permissions API, send a support ticket, we'll help you. It's not complicated. It is a breaking change. You just need to tweak something. So we did our best to not break any tools, any integrations, and Spaces is opt-in. If it's not for you, if it's not for you yet, if it's going to take you some time to do it, but there's other features that are coming out post Spaces, don't hesitate to upgrade.
Yeah, I'm looking really forward to it because for the longest time, if we wanted to do we got a support ticket in, we wanted to fix something, we had to change a project in our shared demo instance, the three of us share, and it'd just be this random project that would just show up, or these random tenants that would just show up. And so now we can create a quick space, try something out, and then when we're done, we can just nuke the space.
Don't step on each other's toes.
Yeah.
As soon as Spaces launched, I upgraded our demo instance. I was waiting for it. It's like that. Spaces and tenants are like my favorite features to play with. So.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I test. I'm often testing customer scenarios to reproduce bugs or to check something, and we can partition our own data. We have this one large shared instance amongst all the developers that has the latest code, and that's a crazy ground of everything, because we're all in there as quickly as possible adding anything we need. And so the life cycles are not manageable. If you want to do something different, you might not even know. You might break someone else that's in the middle of testing something. Because you just changed the default life cycle and they won't even know who did it because it's so busy.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so it's already started evolving. Every developer that's arriving new is making their own space.
Yeah.
So they're out of each other's way.
It's funny you say that. From an auditing perspective, that's centralized, isn't it? Because with that, you still want that. You still want them to see all the audit logs across all that.
Yes. So yes, you can audit across the spaces. Yeah. So it's a top level auditor will be able to, or a system manager, an Octopus administrator will be able to review everything that goes on there. And there's all these little subtle features that are tricky to remember. So the feature of Spaces grants you is sort of the intrinsic feature it gives you is this Octopus administrator doesn't have to be in a space. They can sit at the top and they can just sort of overview the users and the teams and the audit log if they choose. And they won't see any of the day-to-day stuff that happens.
I really like that concept of space manager. Delegate
the
responsibility and say, okay, now you're the technical lead of this team. And you have basically God rights within that space, but you don't have God rights on the entire machine.
Yes, you can't disrupt others. You can't change the task queue. You can't do that.
It's only the DevOps best practices where it enables self-service. So that's the thing. So it's really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're hoping it'll simplify a lot of customers' permission requirements as well, because in a large environment with all different teams, you don't want them accidentally stomping on each other's toes. So you would leverage permissions for that. But now you can just isolate them away and they won't see or harm anyone else, even accidentally.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us today, Nick. I really appreciate it. It's awesome getting a chance to talk to you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure doing it face to face.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye.